It means a lot to be undisputed, but it means more to avenge my only loss in the amateurs. You know what I'm saying? I am the greatest woman of all time. I've proved that, but it's still just that one blemish, and she's sitting here. And I want to show her that, yeah, you beat me when I was 17, but I'm 27 now, and I've grown a lot since I was 17, mentally and physically. And I just want to keep proving that I'm the best. So being undisputed 3 times is great.
Mental challenges, man. Forget about it, man. Like, whoa, I've seen it.
I actually despised him when I first, because K-Slay was my friend first.
More of a chance because she can use kicks and elbows and knees and chokes and stuff of that nature. And
hard.
Or maybe a day and a half where I'll just be locked in. I have my ideas, communicating with artists, communicating with producers, but when it was time to actually lay it down, because you know why? Some people say, you gotta plan ahead, you can't be a last minute person, but when you when you lock yourself in too early, you close the door on new opportunities and new creativity. I only got 30 days, so I need all the time I can to create the dopest material. So.
Wow, a disclaimer before.
And then we set up the studio session and she didn't show up that time. And I was like, that's weird. And then
Stood you up on a studio date.
Yeah.
All that infatuation, would you believe it? Right?
And then on another occasion, he told me last minute that she was coming, and she actually came this particular day. And we just clicked, man. The rest was history from there. We started out as friends. We would spend a lot of time talking and just hanging out.
Remy Ma really out here spiraling after her man ditched her for a younger woman. She threw away a solid ride-or-die partner like Papoose, the man who stood by her side through thick and thin, just to run off with Easy the Block captain, thinking she was upgrading. But guess what? She fumbled hard. Now Easy done left her high and dry for some fresh young thing, and word on the streets is Remy is out here begging Papoose to take her back. Plot twist? Papoose ain't looking back. He already moved on and just proposed to his new girl. This whole situation is messy, wild, and got Remy out here looking real desperate. Remember when the first whispers came out about her creeping around with Easy? Everybody was side-eyeing her hard because we all knew how much Papoose adored that woman. This man waited for her while she was locked up. That's real loyalty. But apparently, that wasn't enough. Because as soon as she got a taste of Easy, everything between her and Pap crumbled. And after all that, Easy played her too. Word is, he didn't just drop her, he left her for not one, but 2 younger women. The streets are buzzing that he's been sneaking around with his ex, Zan, and another female artist from his Trenches League, Bree the lyricist. And it didn't take long for the drama to blow up. Battle rapper Tasmanian Tara, who's also tied to Trenches, stirred the pot by leaking explosive screenshots of messages allegedly from Zan herself. This whole saga is pure chaos, and now Remy out here looking lost, hurt, and regretting every move she made. Y'all, these leaked messages got the streets buzzing. In them, Zan allegedly admitted to hooking up with Easy last summer, and even threw out hints that he was also messing with Bree. And the shade was real. One of the texts even said, when Remy finds out, she's gonna have a fit. Whew, you can't make this up. But wait, it gets even messier. Remy must have been big mad because she wasted no time calling Zan out on Instagram like she was getting paid for it. She went straight for the jugular, posting, "Smiling in that lady's face, knowing you slept with her man is crazy." And when I tell you, that post had everybody's jaw on the floor, of course, you know the denials came rolling in. Zan hopped on Twitter with the quickness, typing away like her life depended on it, saying, "I'm not doing Easy and haven't in years." Meanwhile, Bree, who's been catching just as much heat, fired back online with, "For the record, I'm too fly to be expletive my league owner. I'm around because I'm dope. If you want to make me look bad, you better off finding and telling the truth." And guess what? People were actually feeling her response. She came with the receipts to back it up too. Bree made sure to flex her achievements, reminding folks that she was the first artist from Easy's Trenches League to land a spot on Remy Ma's Chrome 23 platform. So whether she's caught up in the drama or not, one thing's for sure, she's been making moves on her own. Bree wants it crystal clear. She's in the room because of her talent, not because of some messy entanglement. But let's be real. People are still side-eyeing this whole situation because where there's smoke, there's usually fire. And with Easy being tied to 2 women on top of all the drama with Remy, something ain't adding up. Like, let's think about it. What were these women giving Easy that Remy wasn't? Because if he really had it all with Remy, fame, loyalty, well, kinda, and a major platform, then why would he allegedly step out on her like this? The math ain't mathing, it's giving tragic. And let's not forget how this whole Remy and Easy drama really exploded. It all went downhill right after Remy finally confirmed their relationship in public. Sis put her whole heart on the line, and y'all, it backfired bad. Picture this, a packed rap battle event, the crowd going crazy, and Easy turns his performance into a whole soap opera. Right in the middle of his set, he looks at Remy and hits her with, "Don't you love me?" And y'all, she really said yes with her whole chest. That yes had soul in it, like you could feel that she meant it. In that moment, all the rumors became real. No more whispers, no more speculation. It was out in the open for everybody to see. And now, whoo, look where we are. The red flags were waving in the wind, but Remy refused to see them. And guess what? She wasn't even the first woman Easy pulled this little love me on stage stunt with. That whole dramatic "don't you love me" moment at the rap battle? Yeah, it wasn't original at all. Easy recycled that exact same move with his ex, Hurricane Dew, not too long ago. Word for word, bar for bar. And trust, Hurricane Dew wasn't about to let that slide. She hopped on X and dropped the receipts, clear as day. A clip from one of Easy's past battles showed him hitting her with the exact same question. "Don't you love me?" And just like Remy, she hit him with a big yes. Deja vu much? But let's be clear, Hurricane Dew wasn't coming from a bitter place. She made sure to let that be known. In a follow-up post, she shut down the noise, saying, I left Easy. I'm not scorned. I'm happier than I've ever been. And just to really clear things up, she added that she's a way better rapper than people give her credit for. She only posted the old clip because the bar sounded way too familiar. So she went and pulled the receipts. And let's not act like we didn't see this whole mess coming. Because months ago, Geechee Gotti already exposed Remy and Easy's little situationship in the middle of a rap battle. He put all their business in the streets and straight up humiliated them, dragging them for creeping behind Papoose's back. People thought he was just talking battle rap, but clearly, that man was spitting facts. And here's the worst part. Remy even missed Christmas with Papoose. Instead of being home with the man who held her down for 6 years while she was locked up, she was out here playing house with Easy the block captain. And when people started side-eyeing her about it, she denied it up and down, talking about how folks were just messy and reading too much into things. Woo! Now look where we are. But guess what? Papoose had the receipts. And when I tell you, he wasted no time clapping back. He exposed it all. He dropped a photo of Remy and Easy together on Christmas 2023. While Pap was probably sitting at home waiting for some holiday love and family time, Remy was out here all booed up with Easy. And if that wasn't already disrespectful enough, this is when the rumors really started to catch fire. And listen, Pap wasn't about to take that L lying down. Word on the streets is, when he finally saw Easy face to face, he knocked him clean out. Like, laid him flat for having the nerve to shake his hand like everything was cool, while secretly messing with his wife. And honestly, I don't blame him one bit. Pap kept it real, handled his business, and left Easy on the floor. But hold up, wait a minute. Because Easy wasn't about to go out like that. He jumped into the drama too, denying that Pap knocked him unconscious and even challenging him to a fight. Like, this whole situation is turning into a full-on brawl. And speaking of people getting knocked out, Remy Ma is out here looking real desperate. Now that she found out Easy the block captain got punked and was cheating on her, now she want to spin the block and try to get Pap back. Whew, the mess just keeps getting worse. See, this is where Remy's whole plan fell apart. Because Papoose didn't just move on. His new boo is none other than Claressa Shields. And let's be real, Remy does not want any smoke with her. But instead of falling back, Remy started throwing shade at Claressa on the low, little sneaky jabs, pun intended, getting real bold online. But then, things took a whole new turn because Claressa straight up challenged Remy to a boxing match. A match! And I guess Remy really thought she was about to square up and knock out a literal pro fighter. Like, girl, you might be tough and all, but let's be so for real right now. This is Claressa Shields we're talking about. And just when you thought it couldn't get any messier, Remy went full petty. She actually leaked Claressa's private number during one of their very public back and forths. And that was the last straw. Claressa had had enough. She clapped back hard, offering to fight Remy for real. Not just some social media beef, but a legit fight in the ring. And of course, you know who just had to jump in. 50 Cent. Because what's drama without 50 stirring the pot? He came through with some words of wisdom. And when 50 speaks, you might want to listen. He hopped on Instagram with a direct warning for Claressa. Whatever you do, don't fight her. She will get the blick. Champ. And if you know, you know. 50 was clearly referencing Remy's 2007 shooting incident. The same one that got her locked up for 6 years. Whew! This mess just keeps getting wilder. And let's be honest, 50 Cent wasn't lying. Remy's history is not something to ignore. But let's call a thing a thing. Remy is plotting. And the way it's looking, she might just be trying to take Claressa out of the picture for good to get Pap back. And with her track record, I wouldn't be surprised if this whole situation escalates even more. But let's be real for just a second. Not everybody is backing Remy on this. In fact, a lot of people think she's doing way too much and biting off way more than she can chew. And the streets? Oh, they've spoken. One person even put it plain and simple. Remy has bitten off more than she can chew with this one. Claressa is from one of the most dangerous cities in the murder mitten. Everybody on her team holding blicks. On top of that, Claressa will break Remy. Let's be real. Remy is the one out of pocket here. She threw away her marriage over a goofy bum like Easy. For that handshake alone, Pap should have stomped his ears together. And honestly, they're not wrong. Claressa ain't just a boxing champ. She's from Flint, Michigan. And if you know anything about the Red Rum Mitten, you know they do not play out there. Her team, armed and ready. Remy might be tough, but Claressa is trained to knock people out professionally. Like this is not a test. This is her actual job. Remy might want to think twice before stepping into a ring she can't get out of. But y'all, here's where it gets even messier. Turns out, Remy and Claressa already knew each other before this whole disaster even popped off. This ain't just some random woman Pap moved on with. There's history here. And word on the streets? Remy had already accused Pap of cheating with Claressa while they were still together. But let's be real. That still doesn't justify Remy stepping out on Pap with Easy. And now? It looks like she wants that old thing back. But whew, it's gotta sting extra hard knowing Pap just proposed to Claressa and is seriously about to put a ring on it. And then the rumors started flying. Whispers of Remy and Pap possibly reconciling. But let's be honest, the streets don't miss a beat. Folks are saying it's really just Remy sliding into Pap's DMS, begging for another chance. And everybody caught it. And y'all, you know it's bad when Fat Joe has to step in and say something. He popped up on Math Hoffa's My Expert Opinion podcast and kept it 100% real about how messy this situation is. And let's not forget, Joe isn't just some bystander. He's Remy's close friend and the godfather of her and Pap's daughter. If anybody wants to see them work things out, it's him. But even Joe had to throw up his hands like, I can't fix this one. And when your own day one homie taps out, whew, you know it's bad. Then Fat Joe hit us with some behind-the-scenes tea. Apparently, the night before this whole social media meltdown, Remy took 10 grown men out to dinner at a fancy New York City restaurant. But don't get it twisted, Pap was not there, and he made sure to clear that up real quick. He hopped on IG stories and shut it down, saying, "Salute to my brother Fat Joe, but I was not at Brooklyn Chop House with them. So if anybody thought this meant things weren't as bad as they seemed, think again." Pap is out here minding his business and spending his own money while Remy's the one looking lonely and stressed. Meanwhile, while Remy's out here looking bitter and pressed, Pap and Claressa are out here living their best lives. These two went all out with a romantic getaway to Hawaii. And let me tell you, the vibes? Immaculate. When photos and updates from their island trip hit the internet, they both looked completely unbothered, peaceful, and happy. While Remy's over here stressing, Pap and Claressa are sipping cocktails on the beach, fully focused on their relationship and leaving the drama far behind. And Remy? She's scrambling to save face. Sis is trying her hardest not to get dragged any further, but the streets? They are not letting up. And now, in a desperate move, Remy is threatening to fire back at anyone who dares mention her name in a rap battle. She's out here claiming she got bars for everybody and that all rappers better fall in line. But let's keep it all the way real. This is giving damage control. We all know Sis is trying to keep this massive L under wraps. But with the public watching and the mess this situation has caused, yeah, that's not happening. At this point, everybody has seen it. Remy thought she was upgrading with easy, but now? She's out here looking like a whole garden weed, dumped, bitter, and getting dragged by the internet. One user even commented, "I guess them Geechee Gotti bars are still haunting her." And another one said, "Uncle Murda gonna wash her up in this year's wrap-up." And where's the lie? Because we know Uncle Murda does not miss when it comes to his year-end wrap-ups. He's definitely about to give Remy a whole segment. But let's be real. Her threatening to fire back just makes her look even more pressed. If she had really moved on, she wouldn't be this bothered by what people are saying. But when you fumble a real one like Pap, and your rebound leaves you for two younger women, that insecurity gotta be hitting different. Now, this whole situation is a certified mess, and it's only getting messier. Remy really risked it all and ended up with absolutely nothing. No easy, no Pap. And now she's out here scrambling to clean up the fallout. So let me ask y'all, does Remy deserve this karma, or did she just make one bad decision too many? Should Pap even consider taking her back for the sake of their daughter? Or is he way better off moving on with Claressa? And can Remy's career even survive this drama? Or is she about to be the next punchline in every rap battle and year-end wrap-up? I gotta know what y'all think, so drop your thoughts in the comments below. And while you're at it, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and share this video with your people. Because with Remy Ma, you never know what's gonna happen next. See y'all on the next one.